Hi, hello, welcome back to Pete's Plastic Playground. I'm back with monotonous regularity now, aren't I? Even at a funny angle, excuse me. So well into the Sea King now. I think it's 26 or 27 hours so far, but you know, it really does look like a helicopter now. And I've been putting the engine intake covers on. Can't say they fit particularly well, really. I'm going to have to put a bit of toothpaste in some of the gaps. Um, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest fun putting that together. You needed sort of three hands really to squeeze two bits together while the other bit got stuck in. But anyway, it's done. It's as good as I can get it, which it's all right. It'll be okay once it's painted and filled and sanded a little bit, but disappointing really. And likewise, the area under the cockpit, you know, the sort of front end here, it's all a bit sort of gappy under there. I don't know if you can sort of discern that at all, but maybe I'm being overcritical, I don't know. But anyway, on the whole, dead chuffed with it, love it, looking forward to seeing it done. But in the meantime, I am enjoying building this model. It's quite good. So what I'm doing at the moment is, having put the you know, got the fuselage halves on, the I think that's the gearbox cover there, and the engine intakes there. I'm just about to put I've got to put this drivetrain cover on there, and then this cover piece on here, and it says to leave those bits on for the option that I'm doing, which is option C. And again, look, I don't know if you can see this, but that actually isn't the same shape as the fuselage of the body, so it needs holding down and really sort of like holding down that end. It's a bit sort of sprung and out of shape, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's me, I don't know. I think I've got everything sanded down, but who knows. Or maybe I got it the wrong way around. Maybe have I got it the wrong way around? No, it's that's how it's supposed to go. Sorry, I'm just glancing at the instructions, and yeah, it would suggest that I had it the right way around first of all. What's that little recess? So that little recess there is okay. So does this come down a bit? I don't know. Do you see what I mean? Look, I mean, that bit fits on beautifully. There's a lug under there, and that, I don't suppose you can probably see it properly, but that section needs to go and join onto there. But if it does, it doesn't meet up with that bit there. So leave it with me. I'll pause for now, figure it out, and come back to you. So it was easy. I just simply taken the wrong part from the wrong sprue. I need this cover for the prop shaft to the tail rotor, which fits nicely over there, and then the prop shaft cover that goes along the spine fits nicely into there, because there is a small slot that engages in there. And then we simply have part F13, which I've got to find, which is a dome that goes on top, and that will sit nicely in there. So all of this will glue nicely together, which you may wish to watch me actually do if you'd like to sit comfortably. So I've got to find F13. Here we are, sprue F and part F13. Cut that off. So those little injection points, they can actually stay on there to give the aircraft a bit more weight and stability. Oh, knocked the light off. But the bits where they were connected to the join need filing down. So it's Friday afternoon today, coming towards the end of a very nice long break from work. I think it was 18 days in total that I had off. So tonight is my last night where I don't have to get up in the morning. The reason for that is every Sunday morning I take my mum shopping, and then it'll be Sunday afternoon. I'm my party frock ready for Monday, and then I think I'm fairly local on Monday, so not too bad. Here we go. Wonder what this year will bring. 2026. We all wonder where we're going to end up, and it's always the same every year, isn't it? same old. Quite a nice set of files. I got these at Key Model World Live in last April, and it was only a couple of quid for a set of 4 file sticks. And I got this one's probably the third coarsest one for this sort of general duty work. So there we are. Let's pop that on there. That sits on there very, very nicely indeed, and get the AK thin cement and just touch around the edges here. Try not to get too much on the surface. That's all right. It has a very nice capillary action, doesn't it, this thin cement? It gets drawn into the joints. Right, reminds me of you know, when you do a nice job of soldering a copper pipe, which I've done a lot in my lifetime as a plumbing and heating engineer back in the day. I used to quite enjoy soldering, actually. I used to make a real good job of neat solder joints, so there was no excess solder on the pipe work or anything like that. And I took a lot of pride in the appearance, and buffing it all up with steel wool afterwards and making it look like a ship's boiler room. But very often I had to run surface pipe work. Surface pipe work. If you do a drop heating system, there's two 15mm pipes that have to come down from the floor above, and I always took great pride in having as few joints as possible and doing neat pulled bends with the pipe benders, and with an even radius curve and neat soldered joints, because it could sometimes be on show. You know, you try and hide it behind the curtains if possible, but sometimes it was inevitably on show. So it was nice to make a nice job of it, and me and my mate Dave used to take a great deal of pride in it. Actually, it was congratulate each other on a fine job, you know. Here we go. I guess this is radar dome, this thing going on here. Assume it is. I'm not very happy with that filing job on there, so I'm going to smooth that down a bit actually. I know it's going to paint, but it just looks a bit uneven. Yes, so tonight is my last night not having to get up in the morning, so I'm going to have a bottle of wine tonight, or open a bottle of wine at least, because I haven't really had a drink all Christmas. Not that I don't drink, but I just haven't really fancied it, to be quite honest. But now I'm going to take the opportunity, because I shan't be driving anywhere tomorrow, but I shall have a glass or two. I don't know if any of you have the ability to watch telly while you're modelling, but I do. I've got a little Android tablet in front of me, which you've probably seen sometimes. At the moment, I've got Mortimer and Whitehouse Gone Fishing, which I think is a very... I'm no fisherman at all, but it's a very, very easy watch, actually. It's nice and gentle and calm to watch, and they're very, very funny blokes. and I like the way they do their fishing. You know, they're very enthusiastic and have a good laugh at the same time, which when they're messing around on the riverbank, I can just imagine serious anglers sort of like grinding their teeth. Oh, you'll frighten the fish away. But for me, if you're doing something that, you know, it's making you happy, you know, you never should take it too seriously, I don't think. I've had a funny comment actually on one of my other videos where some guy's come on and he said that that Airfix is for kids and that he builds model boats. And I thought to myself, yeah, I like wooden boats, you know, radio controlled boats and things like that, but I wouldn't slate anybody for not doing this hobby or try and make himself superior in some way. That's it. Radar dome on, bit scratched up, but nothing that won't polish out. That's all right. So there's another step towards the completion of the helicopter. Turning the next step on this page from sprue B is another guardrail. So do you want to sit tight while I do that? Here's my favourite sprue of the build, sprue B over here. There's loads and loads of parts here. I don't know what the part count is. That's sprue F. I think sprue B is... No, that's sprue C and sprue B is on my desk already. So I'll put these back in the box over here. Right. Part B18 is a long rail. Oh, there it is. Watch me break this. Look, it's that long thin one there. Just take that off. There it is, nice little twig there. So looking at the instructions with the aircraft towards me, it's going on the port side and it goes in the little recesses there that are cut out, little notch there, little notch there, little notch there. So it looks like I'll have to file the extra or cut the extra bits of swarf there with my fine scissors. That's it. There we go. Oh, I think I cut a bit too much off that. Never mind. So what I'll do is I'll put a little dab of the Revel glue. I quite like this Revel glue because it's you can control where it goes quite easily. He says, if any actually comes out the nozzle. Here it is. Tiny bit in there. Tiny bit in there. And a tiny bit in there. Voila, that's in nicely. Good. Right, well, I might come back on later when I've had a few. You never know, but for now I hope you enjoyed this quick visit into Pete's Plastic Playground for this build section, and from me on my own today, because Joe's in on his Lego. We've got a fair bit of Lego for Christmas, so just me on my own today. I'll see you later. Bye for now.